Cancers, this is going to be a reading for you. Today we're going to be looking at your love life for the next 48 hours. So I'm super excited to get straight into it. Today we're going to be doing this reading kind of similar to the other love life forecast for the next 48 hours, but we're going to use romance angel cards this time. So this is going to represent, both of these cards, the theme of your love life during this time frame, and you can choose between card 1 or card 2, or you can watch both of these spreads to see if both of them resonate and if bits and pieces, like the details, iron out and make sense for you. But we're gonna, of course, go ahead and look at these cards first and then do a separate spread for each one of them. So take your time, pause the video if you need to. Of course, any information that you may be looking for will be listed below in the description, so just make sure you check there. And let's get into it. So the first card we're going to get into, for my people who chose this pile, we have Make the Effort, and it says, great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So with this energy, what I will say is this is about you guys really trying to put effort and energy into your relationship. You may be looking at your relationship and where certain areas may be kind of weak. You may be realizing that you and your person are needing some more like communication skills here and needing to like find ways to better cooperate with each other. Some of you may be also tired of your person not necessarily putting enough effort in. You may feel as if you're the one who's working the hardest for the relationship. So you're the one who's always apologizing when there's arguments. You're the one who's always reaching out whenever there's issues. Or it could be vice versa. Take this reading how it applies to your situation specifically. But let's go ahead and lay the cards out. The current state of your love life, we have the Fool. Your person's thoughts and feelings, we have the Knight of Cups. The challenge that may come up, I do have the Three of Wands. What is going to happen next, I do have the Ace of Wands in reverse. And then the general advice, we do have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So let's talk about this. So first card representing the current state of your love life. This is you, for my singles out there, trying to take a leap of faith into new waters or new ways of going about dating. Some of you may be trying to online date if you weren't necessarily online dating before. Or if you were someone who was an online dater, then this is you trying to actually go out and meet people. This is trying new tactics or new ways of dating, or even broadening your taste, I should say. Also, for my people who are in a relationship currently, this is more so you trying to start fresh, have a clean slate started between you and your person. You may be wanting things to be like how it was in the beginning of the relationship, where things were fresh, things were new. Okay. Some of you who are in a relationship as well, you may be even considering whether or not you should just move on, especially if things have been quite difficult between you and your person here. Okay. And some of you could be dealing with an Aries. Now, when it comes to your person's thoughts and feelings with the Knight of Cups here, this person, they feel like the energy is real, like inconsistent. So whenever I see the Knight of Cups, this is like, let's charge forward, let's make something happen. And then the next second, it's like there's a disconnect. The effort isn't consistently there. So it could be a problem on their end where they're having moments where they're interested in the relationship and they're full-fledged trying to pursue it, in other moments where they kind of want to back away, and that's where they're coming off inconsistent. Or, like I said, take this reading how it applies. They could be feeling like some of you are a little inconsistent in efforts. All right. If you guys aren't in communication with your love interest, they want to come forward and apologize and speak to you if there was any type of arguments or disconnect there. They just aren't really sure if you would accept their advance. Now, when it comes to the challenge itself, with the Three of Wands here, the challenge is for my singles, you having a level of optimism when it comes to what's to come in your love life. You could be thinking that, dang, I'm doomed for life when it comes to dating, and, you know, having like a negative perspective of what you will experience when it comes to love, and having like almost a little bit of a fear. And for my people who are in a relationship, this is you just having a level of optimism when it comes to your relationship going the distance. Some of you may be even fearful of turning your back fully on this relationship, because then it would mean you having to go out into new waters and new horizons and have to, you know, again, trust someone else with your heart. So, yes. Now, when it comes to what I see for what's going to happen next, with the Ace of Wands in reverse, there's going to be either you turning down someone's advance of like rekindling things, and possibly like somebody trying to pursue you for a one night stand. And I'm really talking to my people who are single. You may be thinking that you're hitting it off with someone, and then they just randomly spring up and try to, like, you know, sleep with you, and you may have to turn them down. And for some of my singles who aren't dating anybody at all, you guys just may be not really paying attention to your love life during this time frame. And for my people who are in a relationship, the sexual chemistry may just be really off during this time frame. Yeah. If some of you haven't, you know, had, and I know this reading is kind of getting interesting. If you and your person haven't had intimate time in a minute, that may really start to piss you off during this time frame too. Now, what I see for the last card, this is going to be the general advice for you with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. There's a need for you guys to make sure that a lack of patience doesn't ruin a relationship. Also, if you've been putting effort and energy into a relationship for a minute now, you've noticed that your person isn't really trying to reciprocate that, or it's not really helping the state of the relationship, this is possibly considering whether or not if it's worth even putting effort and energy into. Okay? This being able to recognize what's a waste of time and what's not. But that's what I see with the first spread. Now let's go ahead and get into the second one. We have Worth Waiting for my people who chose this pile. And it says divine timing is at work in your love life. So for my people who chose this pile, divine timing, like it says, is at work. You guys really can't control the circumstance of what's going on in your love life, and that may be kind of pissing you off. I'm gonna just be honest. You may be wondering, like, when is this person going to reach out to me? When are they going to make an effort? When are they going to do this? When are they going to do that? And this person may be moving to their own beat of their own drum. And believe it or not, divine timing is even making this person move the way that they're moving. For a lot of you who are single as well, this has a lot to do with finding new love. Divine timing may be at play. So if you're like wondering why new love hasn't just rushed in for you, or for some of my people who have been single for maybe even 2 years or more, it's because you guys need to really focus on yourself for a minute and really recalibrate in regards to your perception of love and even your perception of self. So let's go ahead and lay these cards out. Current state of your love life, your person's thoughts and feelings, the challenge, what's going to happen next, and then the advice. So let's look at this. So with the Sun card representing the current state of your love life, for my people who are single, this is you, like I said, focusing on your personal self-esteem, self-confidence. You guys would be happy if you could find someone who could match your energy, or who you can get into a relationship with and feel like there's this level of closeness, but you don't also want to sacrifice your own personal level of confidence and happiness for the sake of just being with someone. You guys aren't in that place of desperation necessarily. But with the Sun card as well, for our people who are in a relationship, you guys are trying to get to a point of happiness. I think that you guys aren't necessarily in that negative energy anymore within your relationship, and you guys are working towards at least making it better. You know that your person has potential. It's just this person may not see it yet, and then pettiness may blindside the connection a lot. Okay, within arguments, or like one person be like, well, I'm not reaching out to you because I don't want to seem like I'm desperate, or I'm this or I'm that. So it's just pettiness. Now, when it comes to what I see for your person's thoughts or feelings, with the Two of Swords in reverse, this person doesn't really like the fact that they don't necessarily know how to move with this connection. Like with the Two of Swords upright, is being in a sticky situation where you can't necessarily make up your mind. But then with it being in reverse, it's like being like just deciding not to do anything about a situation because you don't necessarily know what's the best plan of action. So kind of giving up. This person could be giving up if you guys aren't together. If you're in a relationship together, they just feel like the relationship may be a little hopeless because of the fact that there's just been a lot of mishaps that have happened along the way. But they're still stuck on this relationship. So they're not completely giving up, but they're kind of at this deadbolt position, honestly. Now, what I see for the challenge with the Fool card, this could be an Aries, or this could be you guys starting fresh or having a clean slate, especially if you guys have a lot of history with each other, just completely wiping clean all the infidelity, lies, cheating, arguments, and arguments going way too far, things said. To wipe that completely clean may be pretty hard for some of you. Okay. For my singles, it's starting fresh. Starting completely fresh may be difficult for you. Now, what will happen next? Something to do with the Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo may come up, or something to do with like the passion or the sexual chemistry in the relationship may come up. Also, something with trust issues or finances that may come up. Or you guys may be on like a mini break of not talking to each other because there may be like a slight argument, okay? And if you guys already aren't talking to each other, that argument or the not talking part may kind of continue to exist. Now, the advice with the Page of Wands in reverse, I would definitely say during this time frame, if you find yourself quite irritable, or if you find that this person may be quite irritable, I would give each other a little bit of space so that nothing is said out of anger or nothing's done out of anger. Also, you guys finding a way to rekindle the passion or the sexual energy within the relationship, that's another thing. But this is what I see. I hope that I put things in perspective, Cancers. If you did take something from this reading, feel free to thumbs the video up and subscribe. Any information you're looking for will be below, and I will see you in the next one.